What up, welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. You seen the thumbnail, and over this week I've been going back and getting clips of Scrappy and everything that has to deal with him pertaining to his timeline, from the time he was told not to gamble to the time that we found out that his mom was the criminal informant, and how it's going to affect the whole organization, because we know Scrap's mom, she's not going to give up until she gets some answers. So before we jump into it and break down this timeline of Scrappy and his untimely death, if you like power content, breakdowns like this, predictions and theories, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. Follow me on Instagram right here. Now, Scrappy, he was a good guy. He had to go though. He had to go. There was those snitching allegations on him, and unfortunately it wasn't true. But let's see what led up to all of this and why this could come back and haunt them, just like Crown being dead in the NYPD searching for him.
You the heir to this throne, Kanan, and it's waiting for you, if you want it. Look, we need a clean perimeter around our shit. Can't have 5-0 sniffing around the vicinity.
I'll take Worrell out.
Dropping bodies is exactly what I don't want to do. And I got other thoughts for Worrell. And Scrap, I need you to ease up on throwing them dice. I don't want you fucking with your mom's card game no more. Leave all that shit alone. Look, we all on the low profile tip.
See, Scrap had that gambling bug. Got passed down from his parents, and his mom's had a card game in her basement every Wednesday night.
In season 2, all of this started because Raquel knew that Scrap liked to gamble. She told him straight up, lay low, we're not going to handle Worrell, but Scrap, you need to lay low like the rest of us and stay away from them dice. Scrappy, we found out he likes to gamble. So this right here, if he would have just paid attention to what Rock was saying, she finally gave some advice that would work. But Scrappy, he had a gambling addiction. When Raquel gives an order, you need to follow it. You already know that she's going to do things her way and her way only. So this was one of the mistakes that Scrappy made.
Y'all better not be taking Scrappy's money. My boy promised me a Fendi bag for my birthday next week.
Way these cards are playing? I'll be getting you the whole luggage set.
Please, let me see your hands. Get them up.
As much as Scrap was about his business, he just couldn't stay away from them cards. And that's weakness.
The next event to take place is Scrappy's actually in his mom's basement. She used to throw card games. Scrappy's down here. It looks like he's winning. But you heard Kanan, Scrappy had that gambling bug. He couldn't fight the urge to potentially win some money, especially in his mama's basement. It's one thing to have that gambling bug. It's another to disobey a direct order from your boss. When they tell you to do something, you go against it, and then in this case, you get arrested. When we're in the dope game, this is one of the biggest no-nos. We already know we can't talk to the police about anything, so we need to try to keep our noses clean and stay low-key in the streets. Unfortunately for Scrap, he couldn't do either one of them, and he gets picked up.
I got a CI bellyache in interrogation too that I gotta go deal with. It's good to see you back up on your feet, Howard.
It's good to be back on my feet, Payne.
Detective Malcolm finally returns to work, and when he gets there, he notices Scrappy, One-Eyed Jack, in the interrogation room with his mother. Now, he doesn't know what's going on in there, but at first glance, all he sees is Scrappy. He knows he works with Raquel, and then someone tells him we have a confidential informant in there. Now, he didn't get the name, and this is where we see that the rumor came out that Scrappy was snitching. And we all know how it is when that snitch jacket is put on you. So to be labeled this, be in the dope game, Malcolm is looking out for his son and his baby mama. What is the next thing he's going to do? He's going to tell Raquel about that so it can protect her and Kanan, because Kanan not only shot him, but if they all go down for this, Kanan could potentially be tied into it, because he knows that Raquel isn't treating Kanan like a son, more like a worker.
Somebody telling Rock, you got a snitch. One-Eyed Jack, the gambler.
Scrap?
He working with us. So I'm sitting with a detective at the precinct the other night.
Bullshit.
Real shit. And I'm only telling you this because I'm trying to look out for our son.
Whether the information was right or wrong, Malcolm seen Scrappy in the interrogation room, so he's letting Rock know hey, this is what I seen, so be on the lookout. Now Rock, her gut feeling is telling them, don't believe what he's talking about. But all Malcolm is doing is relaying what he's seen. He didn't take in consideration that Scrappy's mom was in there like we did when we first broke it down. So now Raquel, she has to inform everybody in the organization that Scrappy is potentially a snitch, and now we need to do our due diligence and try to find out about him. Now we know Scrappy lied to Marvin and told him that he was hanging up pictures when he was really in jail, but that was just to watch his back because he got arrested for doing exactly what Raquel told him not to do. And what can you say to Raquel and Marvin? How did you get out of jail? Oh, my mom got me out. You see what I'm saying? So that snitch label is very bad in these streets.
I likes. Got room to breathe in here.
Yeah, not bad.
Nah.
And we know where this leads. We know that Scrappy didn't snitch. We know that Worrell took Scrappy's job, his position. They tricked Scrappy into believing that he's actually about to get a promotion in his own spot. And we know where this leads to. The untimely death of Scrappy, one of the most loyal guys in the organization. And there goes Scrappy. Raquel walks straight up to him, lets that thing bang out the right side of his right ear, and we have Scrappy no more. But I told you that snitch label, all of this came from Malcolm just relaying some information. And we know Rock does what Rock wants to do. Marvin and Lulu said they didn't want to do it. It turns out they were right, and Raquel put them in a very messed up situation.
Yo, Garcia, what's up with that?
The kid killed himself, but she's not buying it. She's been coming to the precinct every week and leaning hard on Peng to open an investigation.
Payne wasn't on the kid's suicide.
She's Peng's CI. She's been working with him for almost a year now.
I thought the kid was the CI.
Nah, she's got some card game that has her hearing all the neighborhood 411.
And that's because Malcolm goes back to work and he finds out that Scrappy's mom is actually the confidential informant. She holds card games at her spot and she lets the police know what's going on in the streets. That's how Scrappy got out. So of course, Malcolm is trying to make sure this time he's double checking. I thought it was the kid with the one eye patch. Oh no, it's not him. It was his mother. So Malcolm made a mistake. But you see how word travels? Yeah. Behind those words, there's some actions, especially if you're wrong. So if you don't see any paperwork, don't accuse people of stuff.
Bill, you handle your business.
Speaking of your business, turns out one-eyed Jack wasn't no snitch after all. My bad, yo. And his mom, she ain't buying that he died by his own hand.
You told me Scrap was a snitch.
I know what I told you. I made a mistake. That's easy to do out here with everybody lying and perpetrating.
What's the first thing Malcolm does when he finds his information out? He relays it to Rock and lets her know, hey, my bad, I made a mistake. It wasn't Scrappy that was in there snitching. It was actually his mom. She's the confidential informant. Scrappy is dead. The story is Scrappy took his own life. We know Raquel did it, but what did she tell Kanan? He took his own life. What did the police say? He took his own life. So yes, everything started because of Scrappy, but Raquel, acting in her own actions, she's the one that pulled the trigger.
Kanan, Scrappy's mother.
I'm sorry about Scrappy. He was a good brother.
He said the same about you. I need you to talk to your mother, Kanan. My boy didn't kill himself. You know it like I do. And I believe your mama know it too. These motherfuckers who took my son from me with not a care in the fucking world, that shit don't sit right with me. And it shouldn't with Rock neither.
Scrappy was family. My mother loved him.
Then why isn't she out there finding niggas who shot him? Someone put a bullet in my son's head. Talk to your mother. Tell her to do something. Because if she don't, I will.
This is where it gets interesting because Scrappy mom, she's just like Kanan. Neither one of them believed that Scrappy took his own life. Scrappy may have been a mess up, but he wouldn't have took his own life. Whatever happened to Scrappy, he's there to own up to it. If he gets in trouble, he'll own up to it. Now, Kanan's always had that in the back of his mind. We know that Scrappy's mom is working with the police. And what does she tell young Kanan? She tells him, ask your mom, she knows some information. And if she doesn't tell somebody something, I will. Meaning, Scrappy has told his mom some kind of information because she knows about Kanan. Scrappy told her that Kanan was a good kid. She knows about Raquel. So she knows about all these operations that are going down. Of course, where do you think Scrappy's getting money from? He doesn't have a job. He gambles in his mom's basement. So she's saying, you need to figure this out. Or when she says she will start figuring things out, that means she could go to the police. And that could tie it in to Detective Burke. She can go in there and just start telling anybody any kind of information about her son pertaining to the Thomas organization.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't like the way you're saying it.
Scrap mother rolled up on me today. Said she ain't believe he killed himself. She thinks somebody else did it. And you ain't doing nothing about it.
She a mother who lost a son to his own hand because he didn't want to be here no more. And she ain't know about it. So she trying to blame somebody because the truth hurts.
Truth hurts. Right. I'm gonna go stay with fam for a while. Clear my head.
Now, when Raquel hears this information from Kanan saying Scrappy's mom came and talked directly to him and asked for questions, it has her wondering. Because you gotta remember, Raquel put the whole crew in this situation. She listened to Malcolm, got the wrong information from Malcolm, related to the crew, Lulu and Marvin, they did their research, they didn't see anything. She still made the move and pulled the trigger. Now she told Kanan no more lies, and we know that everything she's been telling Kanan after that has still been a lie. Now this is where it can get bad, because she knows Kanan, he already had a feeling about Scrappy not taking his life, but now she knows that Scrappy's mom is starting to ask questions. She also knows that Scrappy's mom is a snitch. Now she has to try to hold everything together, but with Kanan leaving, it's really just her. Kanan, for the most part, he's on the good graces of Scrappy's mom. Raquel's gonna have to figure this out, and she put the whole organization in a bad spot because now we have the Scrappy body, we have the Crown body, we have Cartier, we have a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of this, it could have been prevented, but this family moving very, very sloppy, and on top of that, we have the mob that just put a hit out on Marvin. This is a huge problem for the Thomas family. Scrappy's mom is well connected. She's well protected. She still hosts games at her house. People thought that was just a random buzz, when in reality, she's the one setting these up. If she starts talking to the police and telling what she knows about the Thomas organization, Rock is gonna have to take her out. Malcolm is gonna have to take her out. Someone will, because if Detective Burke gets onto this case also and finds out that Scrappy is tied in with everybody, oh, it's going to be very bad. So let me know what you think about the Scrappy situation, because I think it's going to come back and bite them just like everything else. Sometimes you just let too much pile on you and it's not going to be any way for you to get out. Let me know what you think about the Scrappy situation. I'm Mo.J. If you like this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.